Good evening, everyone. I'm delighted to welcome you to our 75th anniversary celebration. My name is Kelly Main, and I'm the 11th Dean for the Faculty of Graduate Studies. Before we begin our program, I would like to start with our traditional territories acknowledgement. The University of Manitoba campuses are located on the original lands of the Anishinaabe, Cree, Ojibwe Cree, Dakota, and Dene peoples, and on the national homeland of the Red River Métis. We respect the treaties that were made on these territories, we acknowledge the harms and mistakes of the past, and we dedicate ourselves to move forward in partnership with Indigenous communities in a spirit of reconciliation and collaboration. I'm very happy to welcome you to this evening's event, which is a showcase of graduate education at the University of Manitoba, both past and present. I hope that you've had a chance to review all of the student posters that are at the back to see all of the exciting work that's being done by our graduate students here at the U of M. I also hope that perhaps you've had a chance to see some of the history of the Faculty of Graduate Studies as it's been scrolling by on the screen throughout the beginning of the event. If you saw those slides, you might have seen a couple of important dates go by, but I'm going to hit a few highlights for you. It was in 1887 that the Senate minutes for the University of Manitoba first mentioned the requirements around a graduate program, and there's reference to the Master of Surgery in those Senate minutes. It is in 1902 when we see that the graduate thesis titles are actually included in the order of proceedings for convocation. It is in 1913 when it is determined that the graduate theses no longer fit in the vault and now need to be stored in the library. This is the time at which also a decision is made to keep the formatting across all of the theses consistent at the U of M. In 1922, there is the creation of a Committee on Postgraduate Studies, which then gets renamed in 1937. In 1927, we have the approval of the PhD degree at the U of M. In 1943, this is the year that the idea of a Faculty of Graduate Studies is further discussed in the Senate minutes. 1948 sees the hire of the first Dean of the Faculty of Graduate Studies, and then January of 1949 sees the creation of the Faculty of Graduate Studies here at the U of M. By 1964, there are 1,000 graduate students at the U of M compared to the numbers that we have today. 1968 sees the creation of the Graduate Students Association, albeit under a different name. I'd also like to point out that the 9th Dean of the Faculty of Graduate Studies, Dr. Jay During, is in the audience this evening. And joining him are also several long-standing staff members from the Faculty of Graduate Studies, like Joyce Lamb, who worked in the faculty for more than 2 decades. When you have a chance to see the whole timeline, what it will show you is the dates when various programs came to fruition across this diverse set of units that constitute the University of Manitoba. And we continue to add new programs to this day. In fact, in 2023, we had 4 new degree programs start at the Faculty of Graduate Studies, as well as the first graduate micro-diploma. I hope you've also had a chance to review the fun facts that have been collected on the screen as it's been showing. We have 75 fun facts for the 75th anniversary. We will put these presentations on again after the formal program in case you haven't had a chance to see all those details. But those fun facts will show things like our origins, which were originally in the Tier building before moving here into University Center up on the 5th floor. It will also show several important milestones for programs that are also celebrating anniversaries this year at the university. And you will also see note of several notable alumni here at the University of Manitoba. And so I want to continue with that theme for a moment with respect to the achievements of our University of Manitoba graduate alumni. And what I'd like to do is tell you a little bit about the University of Manitoba Distinguished Dissertation Award. The University of Manitoba Distinguished Dissertation Award is given out annually to recognize the achievements of PhD graduates who have submitted groundbreaking theses in the previous academic year. And I'm going to read you the winners from the 2022-2023 University of Manitoba Distinguished Dissertation Competition. Those winners were Dr. Cameron Verway from the Faculty of Engineering, Dr. Raghu Nalingaman from the College of Medicine, Dr. William Bugg from the Faculty of Science, Dr. Alora Danon Efimov from the Department of Anthropology, and Dr. Laura Forsyth from the Faculty of Arts. Laura is actually here with us this evening, and I am delighted to invite her to come and speak about her thesis. Her dissertation was entitled, "It Needs to Be Said, Exploring the Lived Realities of the Grandmothers and Aunties of Métis Scholarship." Please come forward, Laura.
Well, Tanchiki, everyone. That means hi, how are you? Laura Forsyth, Nishnakasham. So my name is Laura Forsyth, as you heard, and my famille Koyesh, Roostertown, Oshawak. So a long time ago, my family came from Roostertown. Anosh, my famille, Winnipeg, Wikiwak. So today my family lives here in Winnipeg, and I am Nia Amachif, so I am Métis. And so I wrote a thing that was 340 pages, and they let me talk about it in my defense for 20 minutes. And then they invited me here to talk about it for 2. So just so here we go. Let's try it out. So this dissertation sought to uncover the attempted points of erasure of Métis women in the academy over the last 4 decades, and it interviewed 13 women, grandmothers and aunties, and it looked at their academic work. So first I wanted to prove that these women in fact had academic publications spanning those 4 decades. One of them works here. So Dr. Ehab ElSalak has worked here since 1976 and has over 90 publications. And so I wanted to establish that these women had been working in the academy in various ways and spaces. But I also wanted to know their journey, their motivation, and their advice for future generations. Because there are obstacles. Now, they are successful, but that's because of their tenacity, their perseverance, their persistence, not because they were given a place and space within the academy, especially when we're thinking about in the 70s being the only one there. Dr. Ehab ElSalak is amazing, so I hope you know of her, and if you don't, please find her. She's here in Native Studies, or Indigenous Studies as of last year. Now, what they did for all of us who are coming behind them is an active Wokotuan, and that's how that was a framework of my research. It was like, how can I as a research behave like a relative? How are the words that they are gifting me? How can I honor them? How can I share them? And what will I do with them once they give me the title of doctor? So I mention them everywhere I go. And lift them up anytime that I can. I sneak them into conversations that probably they don't belong in, but I talk about them anyways. And one of the things that they did in that gift to me, which I'm now going to give to you, is the idea of what can we glean from these experiences? What does it take to be successful in the academy? Whether you're a Métis woman or not, what does it require? Well, it requires knowing when to stay and when to go. One of the things about Métis is that we are inherently moving all over the place. That just sort of seems to be our lot in life. But that's also true in terms of education, seeking the right program, seeking the right advisor, knowing that if it isn't the right fit, that you need to switch. So in my last year, I switched my advisor 5 months out of finishing my degree because they didn't believe in my vision. And my vision was groundbreaking, so they tell me. So I think it's really important to know if it's a good fit, if it's what you want to accomplish, you can do that. But you have to believe in yourself. You are all here because you have a dream, you have a vision, and I hope that you pursue it no matter what that might take, even if it's difficult. And that's definitely one of the things that the women told me in the interviews that I had with them. Now, we uncovered 11 erasures, which I can't talk about, and they told me 3 incredible stems and branches of things that you might want to know about how to survive this academy, but I'll invite you to come and see in the vault, in the depository, my work. So thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you so much, Laura. I do kind of wish it was a vault still, though. I think that might have been fun. The library is a wonderful place, but it doesn't sound like a vault. Next, I would like to invite up our president, Dr. Michael Benash.
Thank you so much, Kelly. And Good evening, everybody. It's a real pleasure to be here today to think about 75 years of graduate studies. So my staff gives me notes, but I've been reflecting back on graduate studies, and it made me think about my time as a graduate student. And there's a connection here. Tomorrow, I've been asked by Carleton University, where I got my PhD, to come and give a keynote address to the alumni of the economics department, which is where I went. And I actually haven't been back to the university and the campus since I graduated. And I made a mistake. I couldn't go to I didn't go to convocation. I should have. So to all of you, don't go to convocation. Go, because it happens just once. So I was thinking about this. I was speaking to my wife about it, and I was thinking about my thesis. And so, we just had a 2-minute synopsis of a thesis which you pour your heart and soul into for years and years. And my wife reminded me of my thesis, which was in economics, and she reminded me that what she said about it when she started reading it, she said the first paragraph was pretty good. I started losing you in the second, and by the third, it was just all hieroglyphics. You just think back to all that hard work. Just let me put this in context. That was just over 30 years ago. When I started my thesis, we didn't have computers to work on, so we were writing things out. I had all sorts of notes, and then you kind of went to this room where there was these computer terminals that you could work on, and you had to save your work on a floppy disk, which a lot of you will know what that was. And then by the time I had gotten a job just before I finished my thesis, and I got my first laptop, my first desktop computer. And let me tell you, you needed a big desk in those days for your computer. And so in just that 4-year period, there was this massive evolution of technology that hit us, which now we see today. But it just kind of shows you it's something that takes me back to that time. But I will tell you that my time in graduate school, while frustrating, and I know none of you complain about the university and the professors and all of that, but you bond with the students that you're with. A number of those people have remained my friends for my entire life. I published work with them later on as we became friends, and they're some of the people who are inviting me back to come. And so it's a really special time in your lives. And it's a time when you really begin to form yourself as a scholar, as a person. And I think it's wonderful to be able to come here together, celebrate. I started to go around and look at some of your work. I think, again, the kind of work that you're doing is important, and it's an important part of what we're trying to do as a university and what we try to do here in this province. And I just tell you a story about how important this is. I was at an event. It was actually last year's throne speech at the legislature, and afterwards they have a little kind of gathering where you can go and mingle with the politicians. And the mayor of Niverville came up to me, and he said to me, I want to introduce myself. I want you to know that your university saved us millions of dollars. I thought, wow, isn't that great? And what he told me was that back in 2005, they had a problem in their town with pollution, and it was going to cause, really be expensive to fix. And they had an idea of how it could be repaired, this environmental problem, by planting specific kinds of plants over time. But they had no way of proving that it was going to work. They had no analysis. They couldn't get government funding. And a U of M graduate student, together with a professor, came forward and did a study and showed them how this could be done. And on the basis of that study, they then went to government, the provincial government, and were able to get funding at a fraction of the cost of what it was going to cost them. And to this day, that's become a technique that's been used around the world and has been published and shown. And it, at a granular level, showed us the importance of graduate studies, the importance of the work that you're all doing. And I tell you that story because I think it highlights that there are things that we learn as undergraduates, but we really elevate that when we become graduate students. And we begin to be able to apply it to problems in the real world, and we begin to solve those problems. And it's a point that we as a university have been making over and over of the importance of graduate students to what we do as an institution, but what happens in society as a whole. And so, I wanted to tell you all that because I hope that it helps motivate you to continue to keep going and do the work. There's a life cycle of graduate work. But I also wanted to thank the advisors who do care so deeply, and then the staff in graduate studies who work behind the scenes and maybe help you all to manage through the system here at the University of Manitoba. And so I think it's a wonderful opportunity to celebrate this and to think of 75 years of graduate studies from where Kelly said it started to where we are now. It's a big evolution for us here in the province. So thank you for that. It's also my pleasure today to honor one of our staff members from the Faculty of Graduate Studies. We have an award for outstanding support staff in the Faculty of Grad Studies. And this year's recipient is Edwina Shudik. And Edwina's colleagues applaud her for her unwavering patience, respect, and professionalism she brings to every interaction. They praise her, I understand, encyclopedic knowledge of FGS regulations. There has to be one of those people in every office, by the way. And her ability to answer any credential challenges you can throw at her with speed and accuracy. So we're really grateful for all the work that you do and helping us, but also helping our students and providing a perspective that's really important to them. As one of Edwina's colleagues said, she gets things done and enables the grad program to run. So Edwina, a wonderful member of our community who is helping this faculty thrive, and it's a great honor to welcome her up here today to receive the award.
Congratulations, Edwina. Now I would like to invite up our Provost and Vice President Academic, Dr. Diane Hebert Murphy.
Good evening, everyone. It is really a delight to be here to celebrate the 75th anniversary of FGS. As a former associate dean in the Faculty of Graduate Studies, I have a little bit of an understanding about how much work goes on behind the scenes to support our graduate students and support our graduate programs. And so it's just a joy to be here and to see so many former colleagues and friends who've come to celebrate the event as well. Graduate education is really critical to our university in terms of moving us forward in achieving our academic mission of excellence in research, teaching, and knowledge transfer. Certainly, what graduate students do is critical to us being a successful U15 research-intensive university. I hope that all of you have had a chance to look at the posters. I just did a very quick walkthrough, and I have to tell you, it's really remarkable, the extent of work and the range of ideas, the type of research that's being done, and all the work that our graduate students are doing. It's really remarkable. And I certainly want to offer my congratulations to all of the students who were selected to present posters. I know that it was a competitive process, and so I hope that you all feel just the joy of the event, and I congratulate you for the work that you're doing. And I encourage you as you finish your graduate degrees and move on to the next stage of your life. I also want to thank all of those who've been involved in supporting our students, whether it's advisors, members of advisory committees, individuals who teach in our graduate programs, our administrators and our staff. it's the efforts of a whole team of people here at the University of Manitoba that allows our students to be successful. So I think this night is not only about celebrating our students, but it's about celebrating all of you who give so generously of your time and expertise and energy to make our graduate program successful. Now, each year, the Faculty of Graduate Studies recognizes one individual who has provided exceptional administrative service to our graduate students. And I'm here to present the Outstanding Administrator Award. Yes, there are some people who can both be outstanding and administrators. Remarkable. This award is based on excellence in providing administrative support to graduate students, being responsive to graduate students' needs, supporting faculty who are working with graduate students, and providing high-quality administrative support to our graduate programs. So on this milestone anniversary, I'm honored to present the Faculty of Graduate Studies Outstanding Administrator Award to Jitendra Palawal, our Associate Dean, Academic and Grad Programs from Biosystems Engineering and Agricultural and Food Sciences.
Congratulations, Jitendra. Now I would like to invite up our Vice President, Research and International, Dr. Mario Pinto.
Merci bien, Kelly. C'est un grand plaisir d'être ici. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for inviting me here to join all of you in this historic anniversary celebration. It's an honor and a pleasure. For the past 75 years, the Faculty of Grad Studies has fostered a strong foundation for research success across disciplines. This year, there are more than 4,500 graduate students and 130 postdoctoral fellows at the University of Manitoba. In this cohort, 6.5% of the population are Indigenous, compared to population parity of 18%. So we have some work to do here. Grad students and postdocs are the principal contributors to our research enterprise, and you will hear me say often that they are the lifeblood of a research-intensive university. In collaboration with their expert supervisors, they are pushing the boundaries of knowledge and growing our international reputation. The work transcends faculties and disciplines, one of my pet subjects and pursuits, to expand access to healthcare as a human right, inform action on climate change, provides new pathways for Indigenous reconciliation. But it's more than that. The work serves to educate students in the art of creative, critical, and adaptive thought, qualities that will be needed as they face some major challenges in a world of changing geopolitical context. The work, I think, serves to illustrate efforts from work with communities to the pursuit of the fundamentals of knowledge, but all with potential for providing solutions to society. These are our future business leaders, research leaders, community activists, and government policymakers. Half of all research in Manitoba is done at the University of Manitoba. Much of it in collaboration with partners, with community partners, private sector partners, etc. This is a signature of research. This has made the University of Manitoba a top Canadian research university, and our professors regularly conduct world-leading research, scholarly work, and creative activities which position their students at the forefront of discovery and innovation. We are currently ranked number 11 in Canada by the Centre for World University Rankings in terms of performance. Can we do better? Of course we can, and we will do better. But it's important because research experiences expand student horizons, open doors to new career opportunities, but also completely new fields for the adventurers. Events like the 3-minute thesis competition, or 3MT, led by the Faculty of Graduate Studies, presented and presents an important opportunity to come together across disciplines and share emerging ideas. We had a very successful event this year, but over the past decade, There have been 406 graduate student participants in 3MT. Since the competition began in 2013, there have been 6 PhD and 5 master's student winners representing 9 departments. And if, with your indulgence, I will read these departments to illustrate the variety of talent that is being embraced at the University of Manitoba. Mechanical and manufacturing engineering, immunology, human nutritional sciences, physics and astronomy, civil engineering, applied health sciences, medical microbiology and infectious diseases, pharmacology and therapeutics, and 3 from the Department of Physiology and Pathophysiology. Earlier this year, we ran a similar competition for postdoctoral fellows, 3MP, P for postdoctoral fellows. And for the first time, this event was a roaring success. 3 winners were chosen. And let me once again read out the departments: Department of Food and Human Nutritional Sciences, Department of Physiology and Pathophysiology, and the Institute of Cardiovascular Sciences at St. Boniface, skewed very much to the sciences and the medical sciences. Keshav Alagasamy is a PhD candidate in the Department of Physiology and Pathophysiology at the Max Rady College of Medicine, who is working with the Canada-Italy Tissue Engineering Lab at St. Boniface Hospital Research Center. He is passionate about the healing potential of machines and materials. His award-winning presentation explored efforts to combine stem cell technology with nanotechnology to regenerate damaged cardiac tissue after a heart attack, so pushing the boundaries of medical interventions. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is what our graduate students do. So Keshav, it's a pleasure to invite you up to the podium to tell us a little bit about your work. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Pinto, for your kind words, and thank you, Dr. Kelly, for inviting me over here. I'm Keshav, a PhD student in the Department of Physiology and Pathophysiology. It's a great day as we celebrate the 75th anniversary of the Faculty of Gradate Studies. University of Manitoba has shaped many great minds, and I'm proud to be a part of this. Standing here as the 3MT competition winner is surprising because I used to fear public speaking, but here I am, having overcome that fear. It's a great feeling. This journey has meant more than just presenting my research. It's been about facing my fear of public speaking. Each practice sessions with my advisor, with my family members and peers wasn't only about perfecting my speech, but also about growing braver. Turning my complex thesis into a 3-minute talk for an audience, that was a real crash course in courage for me. This journey has meant and is a rewarding aspect of this experience has been discovering that my research connects with people beyond my field. It goes beyond academic sharing. Along this journey, I've also picked up some pretty neat skills, like how to keep things short and sweet, getting to the point before your audience loses interest, and that's a skill I will use everywhere from teaching and meeting to casual conversations with friends and families. To put it simply, this experience has been transformative for my career and personal growth. It goes beyond scientific proficiency. It's about becoming an effective communicator and making a difference. So I highly recommend that my fellow graduate students over here to embrace the opportunity to be a part of the upcoming 3MT competition. Lastly, I want to say a big thank you to everyone. Being a part of this community with great mentors and friends has been wonderful. It's special to celebrate 75 years of our faculty with all of you. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you. Up next, I'm honored to invite the next speaker, Dr. Oladipo Oladutonde, the winner of this year's 3MT postdoctoral competition held at the University of Manitoba, where I played a small part in serving as a judge. He is a postdoctoral researcher from the Department of Food and Human Nutritional Sciences. So over to Dr. Oladutonde. Thank you.
Thank you once again. It's an honor to be here at the 75th anniversary of the Faculty of Gradate Studies. My name is Olatunde Oladipo, but to cut it short, let's just call it Dipo, D-I-P-O. Late last year, the University of Manitoba placed postdoc under the jurisdiction of Faculty of Gradate Studies, and that move changed the trajectory of postdoc in the university. For the very first time, as a postdoc, we are being recognized. We actually saw the impact of being a postdoc in this university. For the first time, we had our 1-week postdoctoral appreciation week in September, and we had a 3-minute postdoctoral thesis. I'll call it 3-minute postdoctoral thesis, where I was privileged to actually win. I would say it was a big journey. I remember doing my practices with my friends also, my lab members, my supervisor. I went to him like 3 or 4 times just talking about this. But it's not about that. It's about breaking down complex research into smaller bits for people to understand. It's about the ability to communicate with people. I'm so privileged to go through that journey. And I was privileged to also compete with people of like minds. The research that is going on at the University of Manitoba is really groundbreaking. And I'm so happy about the other participants and the kind of research that is being done at the University of Manitoba. It is an honor to compete with these people. What are the advantages of this competition? It improved my communication skills. Prior to this time, seeing crowds like this, I will be crying, I will be shaking. But this is me today, smiling and going, seeing, talking. And that's one of the things that I was able to improve on in this competition. I'm so privileged to be one of the winners. Particularly, I'm also honored that when the change happened to postdoc, I was a postdoc in this university. And we can say as postdocs, we are being recognized. We now have a platform. We have a sense of community. And we are happy to be part of the research team. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dipo. Next, I would like to invite up Dr. Todd Damel, who is the Associate Dean in the Faculty of Graduate Studies overseeing health sciences.
Yeah, I appreciate having the opportunity to speak today, especially with so many much more profound people here speaking already. But one thing that we haven't really talked a lot about today is mentorship. And all of us that have been involved in graduate studies as students, as postdoctoral fellows, or as faculty members are probably really aware of the critical role that mentors have. A few weeks ago, I was able to attend the Canadian Association of Graduate Studies annual meeting in Victoria, BC, which was really nice. And there was a student there, and I was kind of curious to see, like, why are you here? Right? It seemed like an odd place for a graduate student to be. But they were there to talk about mentorship and their research into what Indigenous mentorship is. And when I was there listening to the students talk, I learned something that the first mentor was actually literally named Mentor. It was a character that was in old Greek storytelling. And the idea of mentor actually sharing knowledge with people was a concept that comes from a very Western kind of perspective, a Greek perspective. But then this idea of Indigenous mentorship, diverse mentorship, the whole meeting at the CAGS conference that week, there was many sessions on what mentorship really is. So I wanted to share that with you because mentors are important, especially for graduate student training. So the Faculty of Graduate Studies each year offers one annual award to each of the following 3 discipline areas: health sciences, social sciences, and natural sciences, for the purpose of recognizing one member of the University of Manitoba's complement of academic staff members who have provided exceptional mentorship with respect to graduate studies. So the winner of this year's Faculty of Graduate Studies Outstanding Mentor in the Health Sciences category is Dr. Neil Offer Mukherjee, Professor in Immunology. Unfortunately, Dr. Mukherjee was unable to attend today, but sent their acceptance and respect, and FGS will make sure that we get this award to her.
Thanks, Todd. Now I would like to invite Dr. Dawn Sutherland, who's the Associate Dean who oversees Social Sciences and Humanities within the Faculty of Graduate Studies.
Hello, everybody. I have the honor of announcing the winner of this year's Faculty of Graduate Studies Outstanding Mentor in the Social Sciences and Humanities, and that's Dr. Dominique Ray, Associate Professor in Fine Arts.
Next, I would like to invite up Dr. Ehab ElSalak, who's the Associate Dean in the Faculty of Graduate Studies, overseeing natural sciences and engineering.
Good evening, everyone. So I just joined the Faculty of Gradate Studies 6 months ago, and I can tell you how much work has been done behind doors. It has been a great experience. I'm just here filling up for one of my colleagues who was in sabbatical for 6 months. So the experience I got and the knowledge I gained about the work of FGS and everyone, the staff and everyone, it's really very much work that nobody can appreciate unless they are inside the kitchen. Okay, so this is exactly what I learned, and I hope that I can reflect that to when I come back and I go back to my unit, which is originally civil engineering. So it's my pleasure tonight to introduce the winner of this year Faculty of Graduate Studies Outstanding Mentor in the category of Natural and Applied Sciences is Dr. Gordon Gisik-Prick, Professor of Kinesiology and Recreation Management.
I'm getting in my steps today. Okay. Now we will turn to the presentation for the Dean's Achievement Prize. So I don't think you'll be surprised to learn that I, as the Dean, am going to present the Dean's Student Achievement Prize. So the Dean of Graduate Studies Student Achievement Prize recognizes the outstanding academic achievement, strong leadership skills, and notable personal service of a University of Manitoba graduate student to the university, to other students, and to the community. So we have 3 winners of this year's Dean of Graduate Studies Student Achievement Award. The first winner is Cassie. Unfortunately, Cassie is unable to attend this evening, but we're going to make sure that she gets their certificate. The second winner is Thelini. Thelini, can you please come forward so that you can accept your award? And the third winner of the Dean's Achievement Prize is Chris. So I'm also going to make Chris work in addition to his award, and so he's going to speak to us a little bit as the president of our Graduate Students Association.
Thanks so much, Kelly, and thank you for everyone here tonight. I am still nursing the tail end of a flu, so my remarks are going to be short and sweet. So the UMGSA has long been a fixture of the university, from our first days in the 1960s into our current offices over 4 decades ago in 1982. For much of our history, we were organizationally attached and intertwined with UMSU. But as the number of graduate students enrolled at the university continued to grow, it became increasingly clear that there was a need for us to, in the words of British rock band Fleetwood Mac, go our own way. Boy, that laugh was meager. Does not Fleetwood Mac that unknown to the crowd? Goodness. Okay, all right. I see. I impressed the people I needed to, so that's good. That's good. We began a process of independence in the 2000s, which was finalized on April 29th, 2011, when we were fully recognized as independent by the university. In the decades since, we've continued to grow, where the UMGSA now represents over 4,000 graduate students at campuses across the city from over 90 disciplines. And we also work closely with the Health Sciences Graduate Student Association, the HSGSA, who represents health science students at the University of Manitoba, largely located at the Bannatyne and St. Boniface campuses. Today, we provide services, resources, and advocacy for graduate students at UM, and are excited to chart a course forward for the next 75 years, working alongside critical partners at the university, especially the Faculty of Grad Studies, in developing and delivering our own vision for graduate students, not only today, but tomorrow and beyond. I would like to take the opportunity now to pass the mic over to Hene Rezultani, the Vice President Academic for the UMGSA, to share the names of the winners of the 2023 UMGSA Awards. Thank you.
Good afternoon, faculty members, distinguished guests, and fellow students. I'm really happy to tell you about the University of Manitoba Graduate Student Award 2023. We're giving out as part of our big 75th anniversary celebration at the Faculty of Gradate Studies. Today, we are not just remembering our community's long history, but we are also giving a big shout out to our awesome graduate students who've done so amazing things, who showed super dedication, creativity, and did really well in their studies. Let's give a big round of applause to these amazing students. The winners for PhD Program Award, Alikia Lavo, Tubi Lee, and for Master Program Award, Ali Zongarana, Sufia Mbabali, Tricia Maibituni, and for Part-Time Program Awards, Andrew Brown, Pauline Collinson, Karen Livingston. Together, let's look forward to a future where the pursuit of knowledge knows no bounds. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So I would like to bring our evening to a close by giving some thanks. First of all, I would like to thank all of our student poster presenters who are at the back for being part of this showcase, for coming early to put your posters up, and for being part of this event. Thank you so much. I would like to thank all of those who helped by presenting awards and being part of the formal program for this evening, the conference and catering staff who have been taking care to make sure that we've got some food and beverages, all of the staff in the Faculty of Graduate Studies, both past and present, who have been helping with this event as well as helping graduate education at the U of M, all of our University of Manitoba academics and support staff who are continuing to support the success of our graduate students and our programs here at the U of M. I'd also like to thank all of our graduate students, past and present, our alumni, and all of those donors who step forward to provide funding to help support students as part of their programs. And I'm going to give you a couple of reminders. So I'd like to first make mention of the photo booth that is around the side there. So if you haven't had a chance to go and take a photo, please do. It is a lot of fun, and so I hope you'll have a chance. They'll be here until 7 o'clock. I'd like to ask the award winners who received awards to come over by the lights as soon as we conclude so that we can take a couple of extra pictures, because there's no such thing as too many pictures. And then I'd just also like to give you these final words, which is I hope you stay. I hope you enjoy the rest of the evening. I hope you visit with other students or other faculty, look in some of the posters and learn something new, and just stay for a little while this evening to help celebrate with us. Thank you so much for 75 years.